Alright guys, and welcome back to another edition of Night Time. Joining us tonight we have Pugsley.
Good evening.
They have a beautiful crazy lady.
Hello.
And in the bar tonight, in the nighttime bar, we have Jono.
Good evening all, how are we?
Good mate, good. Yourself? All good mate? Yep.
Yep, doing well. How are we all doing?
Good mate. Travel guides?
Travel guides on tonight.
Yeah, that's the go mate. Yeah, check it all out. And mate, what's the word in the bar this week?
Oh, I've got a few questions from people in the bar. It's good to get plenty of questions. First question, do you think Ponga will miss out on Origin as it is a more physical, harder game and he needs to avoid the head knocks? It's from Adam. I'm going to attempt to pronounce that last name.
Angelkovic?
No.
O'Brien?
No.
Mate, I honestly think, regardless of head knocks, etc., I think Reece Walsh probably deserves the fullback position personally.
Yeah, I'd give him a little bit more time. Let him settle. I think Reece Walsh will be the fullback.
I think it's probably a fair bit to put on Kalen because realistically, looking at the game on the weekend, his head's not in the game. I suppose it's probably not the right thing to say, but mentally, I think he's still a bit standoffish, and you can't blame him. You know, it's a big thing. Is this going to be my last one? Yeah. So I think maybe he needs to have a bit more time off even still and get his head right, which you wouldn't have anything negative to say about if that's the case, because he's thinking, well, one himself and probably the better of the team.
Get some more games under his belt. That's what I think.
Yeah, Origin is a very physical, faster-paced game. So
Yeah, it's a no for me. It's Walsh at one for me.
yeah,
Just quickly, while we're on talk of Origin, who's your sixer at Origin for Queensland?
Who was it last year?
Munster. Oh, it was Dearden.
Oh, Munster,
Yeah, no, it's Moneyman Munster, but he got COVID that last game, and they put in Dearden,
Yeah.
which I knew.
So who's the halfback? Hunt, is it?
No, Cherry Evans.
No way. Not a chance in the world.
Well, who's the halfback for you?
Gamble.
No, I don't know. That's just someone I was playing with, and I was stuck on me halves for Queensland. So it's just
AJ Brimson.
Yeah.
He's a chance.
I wouldn't
I
mind.
don't know about for 7 though.
I'd throw a Gamble at 14, to be honest. I reckon he's built for Origin. Like no, because you see the niggle at Origin, and I think he'd be great for it, to be honest. Anyway.
Next question, and I agree with you, Smitty. Ponga does not deserve to be in Origin. Should go to Walsh.
Yeah, true.
What do you think of Mike? What do you think of Sevo got away with their pulling of Dom Young's hair before halftime? It was so blatant, unlike the Luai one, who got penalised for. That was from Brian.
Anyone else want to answer this? Because
I think we're all in the same boat. What you're going to say?
yeah, it was blatant. Like just the hair, no jersey. There was no jersey involved this time.
Is it because of with Luai, he has his hair a bit longer down, so there was a bit of jersey and hair.
But his head's getting pulled back like he's, like a chicken. Pulling him, his head was that far. It's absolutely a joke how they couldn't see it.
Sevo had nothing else in his mind except for his hair.
Yeah, but how did they get away with it when Frizzell? That shouldn't have been a penalty, obviously, as we've discussed.
Frizzell was the first one to go over to the referee and say, hey, come on.
Yeah, and the ref's like, I can't be bothered with this. It's half time, off you go.
What's the linesman doing? It's right in front of him. And then you've got a bloke, somewhere in Australia or in the world, that's supposed to be a bunker. How could he not see it?
It's, open a can of worms there.
Oh, I'm not getting too much into it because, that's...
could have just been released to the independent doctor for like a head concussion because he whipped.
He pulled him that hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the hair pull, but if you pull him that hard, it could have whipped his neck back.
Well, Dom Young was ropeable about it, really. Like, he was pretty cranky, and rightly so. Nearly pulled a dread out.
Nobody likes their hair pulled unless it's in the bedroom.
Stop it. Anyway, yeah, he nearly pulled a dread out. It was that hard. I kid you not. Dougie Doug was, yeah.
Who's Dougie Doug?
I'll show you later. Jamaica has a bobsled, Tim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think it's disgusting, and how they got away with it is beyond me.
Anyway, next question. Why the hell was Ponga laughing on the field and the press conference? This really gets to me. From Julie T.
Oh.
I didn't see too much of it, but I did hear a few people say it. I suppose in his defence, we weren't involved with the conversation on the field.
It was just after he stuffed up, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
He could have been laughing at the questions that were answered that were given to him.
I just don't think anything's funny at that point. If you get your butt handed to you,
I agree.
It's not funny.
It's not a good look for the fans. Yeah. I get we're not in that situation at the time, but from the outside looking in, you've just had your ass handed to you.
Yes.
And you're laughing about it. Doesn't look good from the fans.
Like, if you have a bad day at work, are you going to sit there and laugh about it in front of your boss?
Oh, probably would, but he'd probably laugh at me and say, "There's the gate." But but yeah, I mean, I'm not sticking up for either side. From that question side of thing, it doesn't look good, and I understand that. Especially, there's something that was from a fan that went all that way. It's planned a big trip. It's not the result we wanted, so it's disappointing. And to see if they thought Ponga was laughing about it, I can understand that too. But like I said, we weren't in that. He could have been laughing at Mitchell Moses. Mitchell Moses could have showed him.
Well, Mitchell, someone might have said to him, "You're really crap," and maybe he just
laughed it off.
Yeah.
So there's two, but I get what was her name?
Julie T.
What Julie's saying. It doesn't look good on TV, but as Kylie said, he could have been laughing at,
on the field, but not at the press conference.
But not at the press conference. But I didn't see that either. So, but yeah, I get that.
And we've got one more question. Why do the Knights get to holiday in Bali for the week after that woeful performance? Adam should have them training every single day. That's from Anon.
Unfortunately, every team does it. If they're in this situation, they all go away, which I don't think they need a holiday personally. I don't know. I'm not a football player, but I think maybe in KP's defence, like he's had extra training this week, hasn't gone away. I wonder if our team probably should have had a little bit extra training and then went away, say, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday or something, but yeah, should we have had a little bit extra training this week with the performances that were on?
Absolutely.
My idea, maybe stay in Australia, but not go over to Bali.
Well, I just think that they need to work harder. If they're going to play that bad, they obviously, something's not right, and they need to work on that.
Especially when you're getting paid big money, I suppose.
Definitely. Like, if I stuff up at work, my boss isn't going to go, "Oh, well, you go to Bali and worry about it when you come back."
Sweet, let's go to work and stuff up tomorrow. Yeah, I understand that. The only issue, the problem is every team does it. But I think every team should probably say, "Hey, that's what the end of your trips are for." But yeah, I mean, the players will probably disagree with me. But as I said, we're only on the outside looking in.
Maybe it's a mental health thing. Maybe that's why they've gone away. I don't know.
Possibly, as I said, I wish we knew more inside information to give. What was the name?
Anon.
It's
short for anonymous, I'm
anonymous,
guessing.
But yeah, we're not in that situation. But as I said, from the outside looking in again, it doesn't look good. But maybe they need a time off.
Look, they're all grown men. They can obviously do what they want to do, but I reckon Adam O'Brien should have shut the bus doors and just make them find their own way home.
We had a
Dean
bus
would have
then.
been like, "You can get on our bus."
Yeah, get on. Yeah, nah. It's It's a tricky one, put it that way. But, yeah.
Anyway, that's all from the bar for the moment.
What's the drink of the week?
Our beautiful grand matriarch.
Oh, speaking of that, we have some new ones. Passion fruit. And pineapple. Plus a vanilla, which we might have a few nips of after the break. And in the next week or two, we're going to be giving away a couple of bottles. So stay tuned for this beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's 40% alcohol. So
Something for Mother's Day, perhaps.
Oh, actually, no. For Mother's Day, yeah, we've got some wine as well to give away. So some good giveaways coming up next week. We've got some wine bottles for mothers only to win.
Don't look at me. I don't drink it.
No, I was just looking at lovely mother. But we might take a couple of short messages from our sponsor.
Support our show sponsor, Grand Matriarch Distillery, that gives us the beautiful Grand Matriarch vodka that you see on our show every week. Join the reward program, and for every 9 bottles you purchase, you do get one free. Grand Matriarch Distilling in the beautiful Sapphire Coast of New South Wales. You cannot go wrong with their product, I promise you. That's grandmatriarch.com.au.
All right, guys, welcome back, and it's that time of night again. Time for our rush quarter of the hour with Elliot. How you going, buddy?
Good, how are you, mate?
Mate, not too good after the weekend.
Yeah, it was. I think it's collective. Everyone feels the same way. It was a bit of a shock because it was watching 2022 Newcastle Knights again. It was not the team we've seen to start this
Yeah,
year.
we were never in it, eh? From the kickoff.
No, I mean you got that awful ball. I think it was from Kurt Mann to Matt Croker, and from there it felt like we were chasing our tail. There was a couple of moments in that first half I thought we might get back into it. The fact that we replied so quickly with, I think, Hastings scrubbed through for Croker, and even the break that was made on our right side where I think Gags might have thrown it forward. It felt like it was sort of in the balance then, but we just got beat up through the middle, which hasn't really happened a lot this year at all, if at all. It was disheartening, but in that sense, I think people can jump off a wagon pretty quick, and you've got to look at it as, okay, it's one bad performance, let them reset, recover when the bye happens, and I would expect a very different team against the Titans next week.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. But, it was a very hard pill to swallow, so to speak. You're sitting there at the stadium and you got all these grubby Eels supporters around us. And what could you say? There was nothing.
Just for the record, they're not all grubby.
Nah, they're not all. Only 90% of them were. Nah.
There's only so many times you can remind them of 2001 when they're beating us by 30 points. It makes it pretty hard.
Yeah, I think it was from the start. We walked through the Leagues Club and, yelling out Newcastle and waving our flags. So we're destined from the start.
Parramatta supporters get really excited for their little wins through the year, but when it comes to the crunch...
Well, the whole crowd went berserk because they won the toss.
Yeah, true.
But, nah, mate, it was still a good trip down there. And I tell you what, that stadium is... exceptional.
And the staff too. The staff are amazing.
Yeah, can't fault the staff. Like, we're doing some recording there, and we got picked up on the security cameras. So the security come over and asked what we're doing. And run it by them. They ran it through all the protocols and said, "Go on your merry way, go for gold."
They had 3 coppers standing with them though.
Well, we tried to get the police for an interview and they didn't want to do a bar of it.
Yeah.
But nah, mate. I'm going to ask you this because you're pretty up in the thick of things all the time. Does Kalen Ponga go back to fullback?
Will he or should he?
Well, both.
Will he? No, not anytime soon. I think they've invested a lot into him playing 5'8", and the people that matter at Newcastle believe in him being able to do that. So they'll persist with it. We don't know, outside noise, can sometimes cause changes. So let's say he plays the next month of footy and plays poorly at 6. then they might have their hand forced. But in saying that, then what do you do with Lockie Miller, who's arguably been, the Knights' best throughout the year? I actually thought with the attack was a bit stunted, let's be honest, on the weekend. With that, Lockie, I thought, lost a bit of his spark because of it. But it's Cohen's first game in full playing in the 6th jersey this year. So you can't throw your toys out of the cot after one bad performance. One thing he will need to sort is his defence, but he knows that more than the rest of us do. They won't make a change anytime soon.
If he was to, just what about this? If they were to change him back to fullback, KP at 1, Lockie Miller into the centres, and push Gagai out onto Dom Young's wing, because Dom Young's gone next year, and then we get Gamble at 6.
My only question with that is Dom Young is in your best 17, whether he's going next year or not. This is a team that, if they play well enough, they could make the 8. So I think Lockie Miller, the way the centre position's set up now, and you would have seen it, you need big bodies in there.
Yeah,
I think
true.
Lockie had struggled in the centres. He played a few games on the wing for Cronulla last season, and he struggled there too. I think he is a genuine fullback. So I'd be really... I put my coach's hat on. I'd be really tempted to persist with Kalen until you can't. I'd persist with him in the hope that he can get it right. And, even the little things, I know this week a few players have gone away. People are up in arms because Bradman Best's in Bali. Hello, every club does this during their bye week. But I know Kalen, as soon as that bye week came around, he booked in 4 or 5 extra sessions with different members of the staff in terms of his attack. He's working with Joey during this break as well. So you've got to give it a proper chance. And we didn't do that a couple of years ago when he was named at 6 and Mitch was playing 7. I think he played 2 or 3 games at 6, and then we swapped. So, again, he's had no consistency there. You just got to back it for at least a good month of footy.
I'll take my hat off to that, but, like the rest of them are going away, or quite a few of them, but, he's staying around to better. So, I give credit's due there, that's for sure.
I'll say one thing. Darren Lockyer took a while to adjust to 6, so there's hope for Kalen.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying he has to move. I'm just going on, I wouldn't even say the word on the street at the moment. So
I'm sort of giving him a bit of confidence there.
Yeah, I actually think the biggest problem that New are going to face depth-wise is the number 9 jersey. I can't overstate how influential Jaden Brayley is in that team. Even just his service out of dummy half, and you would have noticed that. And again, I'm not knocking Kurt Mann, but he's not an actual 9, as we saw on the weekend. Phoenix makes a good fist of it, but he's not an 80-minute player in the 9 jersey. There's a few conversations around Jayden Berrell, I think it is, at the Sharks, that we might be having a few conversations there. I wouldn't be surprised if Peter Parr made a move to get an experienced 9 at another club. Not dissimilar. Remember we brought Andrew McCulloch in a couple of seasons ago? So someone like that to pull a... We probably need a little bit more depth there. We need a bit of help there.
Here's one close to home to you. Jake Granville.
I'd never leave, mate. He'll retire a Cowboy.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I actually think he's a good player, and he still hits as hard as he did when he first started. I'd love him.
Oh, yeah, mate. One of the most
I reckon-
underrated.
Yeah, I think Todd Payton to get rid of one of his children before he offloaded Jake Granville. I don't think that's going to happen.
It would be nice, but wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, it would
Getting
be.
rid of one of your children.
Nah. No, I couldn't do that. Shout out to the 4 kids. We won't get rid of you.
Lies.
But, that would be... It's a bit like Penrith in their situation too. That Mitch Kenny, he's not a specialist hooker, and I don't know why they're you got someone like Sonny Luke on the bench, and they're playing Mitch Kenny. But I know we had to get rid of who did we send up for what's his name? Chris Randall, so we could get Greg Marju, and I'm glad we did. But God, he would have been handy at the moment.
Yeah, he's playing good footy at the Titans too, which you like. There's a couple of blokes, obviously. Bowie Fermor was out with an ACL this year, but he's been outstanding since he's gone to the Titans too. So, yeah, again, it may not happen, but I would suggest that Pari and AOB are probably cooking up something to bring a 9 in. I do know I spoke to the club actually last week, spoke to Pari, and he said in terms of contracts and that kind of thing, probably a couple of weeks behind where they would have been. And as you guys all know, tragically, as his mum passed away a week or so ago. So I think the funeral was yesterday, the day before. Pari and a lot of other nights were there too for that one. So actually, I applaud Adam O'Brien. That week that happened, so it was the week of the Cowboys game. He didn't fly up with the team, but he flew up on the Saturday. And the whole club said, "Mate, you don't need to be here. You don't have to." And he's like, "This is my job. I want to do it. This is my family." I thought it was pretty special.
Yeah, you take your hat off to
Yep.
there.
That's
He does cop a lot of flack too.
Yep.
And end of the day, it's up to 17 on the park. There's only so much O'Brien can do. But yeah, mate. Looking forward with this week off, and then into the Titans. Turn it around back at home with a packed crowd. Regardless of how poorly we've played in the last couple of weeks, they'll pack it out there on Mother's Day.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be huge, and that'll be the true test. If the team falters and sputters like they did against Parramatta, then you think, okay, there's room for concern here. But I do genuinely expect them to bounce back. I think that'll be a good game. I think the Titans. I know they had the hiccup against the Dolphins. They're a much better team than they were last year. They're going to be without Brimson in a couple of weeks, but they're playing pretty good footy, so I reckon that'll be close.
They're a team that could pull your pants down if you're not careful.
hot and cold.
Yeah, and they have to us many a time before. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but we went there and they beat us by about 40 points. It was shocking. Actually, it would have been 20-21 because I remember we still made the finals, and I thought, what the hell are we going to do here? Because as you said, they pull their pants down, and if we're not on, they'll do it again.
As you can see from last week, they beat Manly, but the week before, they should have beaten the Dolphins, but the Dolphins come back and they embarrassed them.
26-0 lead.
That's right.
Like, teams don't lose when you're ahead 26-0.
So you don't know what the Titans are going to bring every week.
Well, mate, there's not too much you can say about that performance, but it's dead and
No, we
buried.
move on. Move on. That's the best part of footy. It's always next week.
That's it, mate.
Could be worse. You could have lost against the Spooners.
Oh, I've had to console her all week, mate. She's been down in the dumps from losing to the Tigers. But I tell you what, the Tigers played really well.
Oh, they do. They did. Lucky we were out to dinner because I kept going, I'm going home to cry in the bottom of the shower.
Well, I actually, out of all of that, what scares me the most as a proud Blue, as I think most of you are, is that Dream Buller, the young kid for the Tigers playing fullback, he's a Queenslander. Keebra Park. I don't know if you heard his story, but he wanted to play basketball. He probably could have played at NBL level, and then he went back to rugby league. He was in the Titan system for a bit. But, yeah, all said, I thought he was outstanding, and he's another exciting outside back that the Queenslanders are going to nurture, and we can see him do some damage over the next few years.
Yes.
Hopefully not too much, that's for sure. Mate, once again, we appreciate you coming on. Not a great deal to talk about that last match, but hopefully we'll, not next week because it's Magic Round, but we'll have a chat with you and a bit of a preview into next week. But heading off the Magic Round, are you?
No, I go most years, but again, with Newcastle not there, and we're going to call a Cowboys game just from the booth this weekend, so going to stay local. We'll have a few conversations radio-wise in the lead-up to it, but I just look towards the next Newey game. They've confirmed too, Adam Elliott will be good to go for that next one too. It's exciting.
Nice.
So that's a go. Good to see him getting back into action, and especially with Kurt Mann out for extended time, Brodie Jones and that. So we need all the troops on deck we can. But while we've still got you there too, I must address too that on Saturday night there was rumours going through social media about Kurt Mann having a riff with Adam O'Brien.
Bullshit.
Absolute garbage.
If I can, it is. It's and again, I spoke to the club and spoke to people in the club that would be honest either way. It is an absolute beat up that I don't know how it was started or which small brain out there decided to spread it across Twitter. But Kurt's not that kind of bloke. Azzy's not that kind of bloke. And even if they did have an altercation, they're both professionals. And there was no sulking or sulking. That story was BS.
Yes.
Yeah, on the way home in the bus, we didn't even get to not even halfway home, and everyone knows that we're personal friends of Kurt, and he sent us a message and asking if we'd known where it come from. He was absolutely mortified, to be honest. And, you know, if they do find out who did that, I'd hate to be in their shoes. So anyone that still believes in that, you heard it right from the horse's mouth that it was absolute garbage, and also Elliot backed it up. So if you got nothing nice to say about him, just go to another team. Or just don't say it at all, you know. Like, there's a lot out there that, you know, there was another one the other day that got some terrible stuff, and Kyle Felt not that long ago got some terrible, nasty stuff. So if you're going to be a hero behind a keyboard, just go elsewhere. Like, it's not warranted. Not needed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never understand anyone that bags players at all, but to bag players on your own team, I'm not talking about Kurt here, just anyone in the squad. I don't get it. I think people don't realise that they're not anonymous. You know, once you post something on social, players do read this, officials of the clubs read this, and you know, what's the point? What does that do for your players if you say, oh, I think you're shit because this, that and the other? How does that help them perform better moving forward? I just think take a breath before you go to post any shit like that, because it doesn't do anyone any good.
That's right. And I was in a group the other day and they were bagging the players out, and I saw a comment and realised it was Lockie Miller's mum. And I'm thinking, it's not a good group for her to be in, because it's a nasty group.
Yeah, and Lockie Miller's mum was sticking up for Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kurt had been injured from about 5 minutes in, so, you know, the poor bugger, he's torn, what was it?
He's got an adductor injury, I think. Yeah, oblique,
Yeah, so, I mean, he's been played that whole half, and imagine how much pain he would have been in.
Yeah, and as you said, for anyone to read that, it's half the reason I go in and out of using something like Facebook. Well, I delete it at the moment because I just think it can be a magnet for just negativity and whatever. And sadly there's some nice, you know, fan pages out there that if the team's not performing, it just turns in bullying. And I got no interest in that.
100%. All right, champion. We'll catch you next week, and stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
Easy done. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, bro.
See ya.
Good night.
All right, guys, we'll take a few messages and be back shortly.
It seems that everywhere you look these days, you're going to find somebody covered in tattoos. Tattoos are common, not like they used to be. So what do you do if you are wanting some ink that stands out from the rest of the pack? Head on down to Sayers Ink, check out some of their award-winning work. They are a great friend and sponsor of the show. Jump on their website and look at some of the work from John, from Scott, Army, Dean, Jess, Mandy. Their work is stellar, obviously long-lasting, and you'll be happy with the result. Sayers Ink, we can't promise it won't hurt, but we can promise great results. Jump on to sayers-ink.com.au.
All right, guys, welcome back, and we have a special guest on the line for us tonight. We've got Thomas from Thirsty Messiah. Is that how you pronounce it, mate?
Thirsty Messiah, close enough.
Close enough. Those of you who don't know, Thomas has been working his absolute butt to the ground over the last 12 months or so, and with his lovely wife, making the brewery right behind, should I say, right next to the Centre of Excellence at Broadmeadow. Mate, tell us a bit about it.
Mate, it's been a long journey. We've spent a long time in council. We've had to work through a whole stack of red tape that mere mortals couldn't jump over, but we've had plenty of supporters to help us get across the line. We're finally legally open, so we're ready to support the sport that's going on around the place and make sure that punters that are going to the games are able to get a decent meal and a couple of beers on the way back or on the way to the game. So we're happy to be part of the community there.
Mate, look, from what I've seen, it looks, when we're down there last two, it looks absolutely amazing, and a credit to you and your wife, mate. It's been a long journey, but you can sit back and reap the rewards now and enjoy cold beer.
Yeah, we've still got a bit to do, but Libby has been an absolute champion. We've actually brewed some beers together and done some recipes together, so there's blood, sweat, tears and heart and soul into the place, and we had a absolute cracker of opening night on Saturday, and we're going to do a little bit of a pivot and a bit of a rejig because we have people lined up out the door. They were loving the pizzas and loving the beers and loving the vibe in the place, so we want to make sure that everybody gets a seat, gets a beer and gets a bit of food that they want, so we're sort of cheering so far, but we want to make sure people are getting a really good experience.
It's a prime spot, isn't it, where it's situated?
Oh, totally. Like, there's so much parking around there. There's the car park there at the back of, right at the back of the premises. Lambton Road, Perth Road out the back there. There's heaps of parking, and it's only a sort of 300-metre walk across to the stadium, get across the bridge there. So, yeah, pretty well located. Good for the cyclists as well. So, yeah, we're a little bit big for us. We're just a husband and wife team trying to have a bit of a crack at it, but we've struggled through. We're open now and all legal and all guns blazing.
Mate, you've done more than struggle through. You've absolutely nailed it. So, I mean, check it out, guys. If you're anywhere near it, go in and have a look at it. And yeah, mate, you'll love it. What? Tell us a few of the flavoured beers you got there, mate.
At the moment, we've just got 6 or 7 on tap, and if I can get them plumbed in, we'll have probably 20 on tap for the opening and lunchtime on Friday through till 11, Saturday from lunchtime through till 11, and Sunday at lunchtime through till about probably about 8 o'clock at night. We've got IPAs for people that want to sort of get a kick in the mouth with their hops. We've got standard beers, so if you're like a Carlton draft drinker or somebody who likes a bit of Tooheys or something, we've got craft beers there that'll work for you as well. We've got a sour mulberry mead, which is something you don't see every day. We've got apple ciders. We've got seltzer, so we've got a lime seltzer. There's plenty of wine, so we've got best wine in the Hunter Valley, Margan Wines. We've got 2 reds, 2 whites, and an imported Italian Prosecco. We've got soft drink, got water, got all the goods. And as we keep going, we're going to have imported Belgian beers. We've got beers from Grain Fed, Tin Shed, Foghorn, Yard Kings, Shout, beers from all around the place. So you'll be able to come into the premises and get some of the local beers that you don't necessarily have to travel to get to. So we've really got something for everybody.
Well, my daughter is down at the ballet school down there, so I won't be far away if I need to call in for a beer.
Awesome. Make sure you do.
He says the daughter's at the ballet school, but I think it's him.
So two questions.
His toes do point out.
So I've got 2 questions for you. Do you do cocktails?
Not at this stage. We're going to do beer cocktails. It's definitely a brewery. We're doing a collaboration with Newcastle Distillery. So we're going to have a dark and stormy on tap and a gin and tonic on tap. Because we know not everybody wants a beer, but we'll convert you while you're there. But you will be able to get a dark and stormy and a gin and tonic on tap.
Nice. And also, what are your hours?
We're just trying to stage ourselves a little bit. We're still struggling to get the right sort of staff, and our licence requires us to have an on-premises food offering. We can't do the Uber Eats, the Uber code and all that sort of stuff. So we're opening on Friday from 12 through till closing at 11, Saturday from 12 through to closing at 11, and then on Sunday, because most people don't hang around much on Sunday, going to do the lunchtime again, but through till about 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. And we'll gradually increase that. I mean, the idea is to get to 6 or 7 days a week over the period of time. But just being a husband and wife team with limited staff, we've got to go a little bit easier on ourselves and on the staff we've got too.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mate, we won't hold you up. I know how hard you've been working today again as well. So, mate, it's glad to see you finally hit the finish line, and it's been a long journey for you, but yeah, we're at the podcast here. We're happy. Couldn't be happier for you, mate. It's for you and the wife to finally get over the line.
Oh, guys, thanks so much for your support, and thanks for having me on the show. It's only with the encouragement of people like yourself and the community that are popping in has kept us going, because it's been a really, really hard slog, I've got to say. But mate, there's so many people who are keen for us to open and want us to do well. We couldn't do anything else.
Mate, it's a credit to you. So we'll be down. We'll drop down soon and have a beer with you. That's for sure.
Good on you, pal.
Thanks, champion.
Thank you very much.
Good night, mate.
Take care.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, we'll take another short break from our sponsors.
doesn't love a nice cold beer? And the best cold beer is not some other mob down the road. The best cold beer in Newcastle is found at Thirsty Messiah. The Thirsty Messiah Brewery is found at 140 Lambton Road in Broadmeadow. Get on down there for some great beer at a great price. Support the local. Thirsty Messiah Brewery in Broadmeadow.
Nighttime podcast. How you going, mate?
Super, yourself?
Yeah, good. What do you reckon of the stadium? Pretty good?
Yeah, it goes all right. But, you know, I think it's going to turn bloody blue and red tonight.
Yeah, do you reckon?
Sure.
So what's the chance if you reckon it's a Knights win?
Red hot. We're Morals.
That's the way, mate.
Morals.
How do you think we're going this year?
Good, playing a lot of heart, a lot of passion. I think Hastings and Gamble, quality halves pairing. Hopefully KP can get a bit more involved tonight, a bit more confidence behind him. But big boys up front, ripping in, we're Morals.
Yeah. All right, so what do you reckon? The chances of the top 8? Reckon we can make it?
100%.
100%.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
No worries, too easy. And for tonight, Knights win.
30 to 12.
30 to 12. There you go, guys. Nighttime podcast. You just heard it, 30 to 12.
Absolute beauty.
Yeah,
How was the trip down, mate?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was good. Bit of trivia, bit of drinking. That's all good. Yeah, but
Nighttime road trip, number 1.
how good is it? Get on it.
Awesome. Let's go check out some of the stadium. Alright guys, so how are we going to go tonight?
Oh, I reckon we could win by maybe 12 to 14, hopefully.
12 to 14?
Yeah.
Who's going to steer it around? Who's going to be the man of the match?
Man of the match probably be, hopefully KP comes out and finds some form and man of the match. Jackson Hastings can steer him around and hopefully they don't look a bit lost like they did last week.
Did you come down on the bus, did you?
Yeah.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great fun. Young fella won a few prizes, didn't you? What did you win?
Oh.
Stop playing it.
That's the
How
go.
does it go?
Awesome. All right, enjoy the night. Newcastle, yeah. How are we going to win it?
Margin for 2 tries.
Oh, yeah.
24-18.
24-18.
That's all right.
Is this your first time here?
No, I've been here
A couple of times?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Not as good as home.
Not as good, no. It's pretty good, but isn't it, from a fan's side of watching it? Yeah. So, Jackson Hastings, do you reckon he'll steer the ship around for us tonight?
100%. See, I reckon just give him the captaincy. Just take it on Ponga.
What do you reckon about Tyson Gamble?
Freak.
Absolute legend.
Monster. He's brought that ruthless aggression that we've missed the past.
Love that mongrel.
8 or so years.
100%. Enjoy the game.
I will.
Thanks, Jimmy. All right, we're here with young Parramatta supporter Bill. How you going, buddy?
Thank you.
How much you reckon you're going to beat us by? A lot. I hope you're wrong, for my sake. But King Guppo, you get over a couple of times early. Can you do the Guppo dance for us? You can't? Oh, that's no good. Best of luck, mate, and enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
bit of rivalry between us, mate. So who's going to win and why?
Oh, it's the Eels, mate. Probably the Eels, but hopefully we give them a show.
Mate, can you do the Gubbo dance?
Yeah, but he does it way better. I don't even know what it is. I never watched the Eels, so I wouldn't know. I know what it is.
So where's the danger? Where's the danger for the Knights?
Probably. You hate to say Ponga. Yeah, Ponga. Last week was a warm-up. He'll come out tonight and tear the Eels apart, hopefully.
They got a wager on him between us or what?
Not officially.
Too easy, boys. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
So we're back here at Combat. Who we got here tonight? What's your name?
Mel, Victoria.
Yeah, and what's the score going to be tonight?
Oh, see, I don't know, like, my brain wants to say, like, 24-18 to Newcastle, but my heart wants to say 40-0, but it's Carol.
So where do you see the main dangers for Newcastle?
I don't know. Probably, honestly, at the moment with Campbell Gillard out, I'd say they're middle. Like someone like Tyson Frizzell, especially with Ryan Madison dropping out, that's quite like terrifying to me, genuinely. But I don't know, you also can never write off Ponga. Like I feel like he wasn't 100% himself last week, but is he coming off the bench? I don't know. Is he off the bench again? No, okay, so he's starting. So yeah, that's terrifying. So yeah, probably, like I think Tyson would probably have a decent shot to tear up a little bit tonight.
All right, good. All right, well then we'll leave it to it.
Are you looking for something a little bit different, perhaps? Something a little bit out of the ordinary? Head down to the Liquidators Raymond Terrace. Liquidators is a discount variety store. They specialise in all sorts of different home decor items, candles, even hardware. There's costumes and wigs for that fancy dress party. There's art, all sorts of things that are a little bit different. Liquidators Raymond Terrace. That's 34 William Street in Raymond Terrace.
Welcome back, and it's time for a bit of night review. There's not much we can say about the game.
So we're going to leave it short and sweet, eh?
Yep, short and sweet. But it was pretty ordinary. Probably the worst performance I've seen in a long, long time. We can only way from there is up. I thought there was a couple of people that really did try all game, but yeah, it just needs to be more, and things are not working. Like I didn't understand why Gamble was off for so long and stop it, but I think he brings a lot to the team, and if the team was not performing, he should have brought him on.
Mm. Well, if Kurt was actually injured in the first
100%.
5 minutes, they should have just won't say hook him, but took him off.
Got him off.
Yeah.
Mm. And he wanted to come off, but for some reasons unknown, he wasn't able to. So, yeah, he was in a lot of pain.
Yes.
All run meters, Parramatta 2,137, Knights 1,527.
There you go.
And also there was 61 missed tackles by the Knights. So there's the tail of the tape right there.
Mm.
How do you make... I didn't see the game because I was at work, and when I saw the score, I'm like, I'm going to not watch that because it was pretty disappointing. How do you have 16 errors from Parramatta and still...
Because they were throwing the ball around a lot. And as Andrew Johns actually said later like a couple of days ago, he actually said that he's watched the game again, so they should have won by 80. So
100%. That's what I said to a couple of disgruntled Eels fans. I said, "Yous are not that good." I said, "Any decent team would have put 100 on us." And she'll send the tears. But that's what I mean. Parramatta were not that good. We were just really ordinary.
Yeah.
Did you see the King do his dance, the Gutharina?
No, he didn't do it.
I did.
I don't remember him doing it after scoring a try.
Didn't you see me do it?
No, you.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see you do it. I thought you were talking about him.
Oh, if you could call it that. It was something, anyway. It was pretty ordinary, but, yeah.
That was his first ever hat-trick too.
Who cares?
Really? I don't care, but really, it's first hat trick.
Do you feel pins in your back or anything? Because I can. Floor boy Gary.
I can see a middle finger.
I'll give him credit. He hasn't rubbed it in very much. So,
He's only got a big logo on his jumper.
But, yeah, let's move on, though. We put it behind us. All right, guys, night of the round. I'll start off free. Dane Gay guy. He was hitting hard and he was tackling everything that moved. If it wasn't moving, he was pushing it. So I give him credit. He played pretty well in a miserable performance from the team. He played pretty well. And Fitzy tried hard. So I give him 2. He tried hard, but nothing worked. And my 1 point is going to the supporters. All the supporters that went down there and sat through that performance and, paid hard-earned money to get there. Well, I think they deserve a point.
Yeah, that's fair enough too.
But
Okay. Yeah, 3 to Gagai, 2 to Miller because he converted both tries. He didn't miss any this time.
And one was from
sideline. Yeah, it was a good kick from the sideline.
No, he gets my special mention.
Copycat.
Thanks.
And 1 point goes to Fitzy because he had the most tackles at 39. And I felt he played hard. And there was a bloke that sat directly behind us.
100%.
He looked like a little version of
Yes, he
Fitzy.
did.
I should have got a photo of him.
Yeah, I was calling him LJ.
Yes.
Lockie Jr.
Yes.
He did, hey. I tell you what.
Same facial hair and everything.
If he put the Knights gear on and walked out in the field, he could have played.
He's just
No
a
one would have
smaller
known.
version.
A little bit smaller, yeah. But it was uncanny. Anyway.
Well, I emulate most of that. I got Gags for 3. I actually gave Tyson Frizzell 2. He tried pretty hard.
No surprise.
No, he ran 120 odd metres and 5 tackle breaks, so he did a pretty good job. And I also give 1 to Lockie Fitz too. I thought he was probably a pretty good effort on the night as well in a badly beaten side.
Yeah. So Gags.
Jono?
I didn't see the game. I was just going to go with Gags because that's every time. Oh, that's why I was sad to see him when he leave for those couple of years with South because he was the one player, whether they lose by 30 or win by 20, he gave everything every week.
And so last year he sort of fell off a little bit, but this year I feel he's really picked up his game. And
He'll be
he'll be in Queensland.
Yeah.
But last week he was hitting hard. Like they weren't tackles that you probably expect him to pull off as hard as he did. It was more of a, would you say, a Saifidi or a Frizzell kind of tackle. And yeah, they were bell ringers.
I do remember one out. He come out of the line and he smashed. I think it was, I don't know whether
In
it was
the corner
a Ford
there.
or was it Dylan Brown, but he hit him pretty hard, ball and all.
Yeah, no, so he deserves that one. But yeah, while we're on it, let's duck into what caught my eye. Who wants to start?
All right, I'll start. Okay, well, am I allowed to have 2 this week?
I've
I
got
said
2.
I, not eyes.
I've got 2.
Okay.
Oh, well, let's have 2.
All
Why
right.
not?
Well, my first one is Luke Brooks. Sorry, Kylie. However, this guy
Do
gets
you want to start?
this guy gets knocked around from pillar to post, and last weekend he played a really, really good game. 40,
Yeah, but
20
it's
kicks.
it's like an eclipse. It only happens one in every
well,
so
let's-
many years.
well, he only is good at those days, so you're only as good as your last.
yeah, nah, good on him. Hats off to him.
So, and he cops a lot of flack through the media. So I give him what caught my eye. And the other one was on Sunday between the Drag Queens and the Doggies. Braden Burns, the winger. Now he chased down, I think it was Matt Feeney to the corner. He almost pulled it off, but Zach Lomax made a break. And he chased him down to the point where he had to throw a cutout pass over his head. And Feeney got to the line and he just got the ball down. So I give him what caught my eye there because he tore his MCL off the bone almost.
Ooh.
So for that, it was a fantastic effort. So that caught my eye this week.
Yeah, no, that's it. That is a good effort. Lomax has dropped. Yeah,
Lomax has been dropped, yes.
good. What caught your eyes?
Yeah, I've got 2. My first one is we were out to dinner on Saturday night, so we could see the game between the Tigers and the Panthers, but we couldn't hear it. And I've had some messages from Tiger supporters. Sonny Luke, he was sent to the sin bin which was absolute garbage. He
Yes.
weighs like 20 kilos wringing wet, and he was sent for a hip drop when in fact his feet left the ground because he was thrown
That's
into
right.
that tackle.
And as Cleary has said in the press conference, I did watch this. He said, "What are you supposed to do? Just let him go?"
Yeah, I think this hip drop is like the crushers when it first came out, and that everything's a crusher or everything's. I get they're cracking down on play safety, and I agree with that. But that was the biggest load of baloney that I've ever seen. Like you said, my ass is heavier than this young kid.
Yeah, he's only
You
little.
know, he's only knee-high to a grasshopper and probably lazy. There was nothing he could do about that, and
I get that there's bad calls in every game.
but that could have cost the game.
I don't
You know
think
what I mean?
he hasn't been suspended. I think he did.
He got
get
a fine, $1,000 fine. He shouldn't have even got that.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah.
Like, come on, wake up. Yeah, right.
My other eye caught Nathan Cleary. He went out over the weekend. I guess he drowned his sorrows in a Lamborghini Hurricane Spider.
Shit. I'm going to drown my sorrows tomorrow. We're going to buy Harley.
Was he playing TikTok? Was he playing TikTok with it?
No, he stayed off TikTok, unfortunately.
But, I mean, if he's got the money and he's worked hard for it, if he can do it, good on him. You know? Yeah, I'd like it. Anyway, what caught my eyes? Well, the first one was we're at Parramatta and a lady come up to us and said, have you seen the new NRLW ad?
Oh,
No, we haven't. She said, I think your daughter's on it. So, yeah, there's Portia, as Adam puts up now. There's our daughter, the face of NRLW. So there's little Portia. That was a proud dad moment kind of thing. So it was pretty cool. But
That's awesome.
Something that she'll pretty proud of as well. So that was my first eye. And the second one was, I wouldn't say it's caught my eye, but sort of, it's going to be a new segment of ours next week. So I'll kick it off in this too. It's going to be, what's got my goat? And what that's going to be each week, something that's, you know, it may not be me, it may be just one of us, maybe four of us, but if there's something that's really got up your goat this week, and that's what we're going to introduce. But at Parramatta, we all know I'm a big fan of the alcoholic ginger beer. To buy a carton, it's $80 of Brookvale Union. Shout out to Brookvale Union, fill me fridge. Well, at Parramatta Stadium, 4 ginger beers are $65.70. And 70 cents to the cup tray.
Yeah.
Like, that's just ludicrous.
Yeah,
People pay it though.
That's pretty expensive.
Like,
That's almost our ticket and our bus fare down to Sydney.
I can understand maybe $10 a beer or something, and they're still making a big profit, but that's just ludicrous. Absolute highway robbery. But like you said, people pay it, but yeah, that's got up my goat and caught my eye as well. So yeah, Jono, did you have anything from the weekend, mate?
Oh, I caught my eye, just a great round of footy, and this sort of like I was sort of thinking about this little question for what caught my eye. Did the Bulldogs take the right assistant coach from Penrith? Because I reckon what the Warriors coach,
Andrew
Webster's done with the Warriors is remarkable.
Jono, can I just interrupt? I'm gonna just quickly, just my view. Yeah, I think they have. Just give him time. The guys, they've got abundance of injuries. So we'll give him. That's all I'm going to say. Just give him time.
I questioned the same thing you did, didn't I? Other week, said the same thing.
You and a lot of other people.
Because there was a game the other week, and they had no reserve to play centre. But Grubb was on the bench, which is a half, 5'8". And then you've got Matt Burton playing 5'8", which is an origin centre. So why wouldn't you push Matt Burton out to the centres and bring Grubb on? Problem solved?
Problem solved.
He didn't.
Well, he won't this week either because Grubb's in trouble.
He only got fined.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No.
But
that was the most exciting part of the game, I reckon.
It was pretty funny.
Mouthing off at the ref.
But
hey, you come here. What did you say?
I was excited because I thought he was going to get sent off. You know, if you're going to pull him off, call him out like that, or pull him out to the centre, at least make it worthwhile and send him for 10 or something. But my point is, I don't know. The jury is still out for me with Cameron Seattle. Is he a good assistant coach? Is he like Trent Barrett? Trent Barrett's a good assistant coach, but he's not a coach. You know what I mean? Is he one of them? But like you said, hats off to Andrew Webster.
Well, I reckon the amount of talent, like if you compare the two teams talent-wise, there's so much more talent
In the
Bulldogs than
100%.
there is the Warriors. But just
Time will tell.
just
Watch
a
this
thought.
space.
Exactly.
We'll leave that for your assignment to report on the next couple of weeks what you think. So, yeah, watch this space. Anyway, yeah, there's not a lot with that. We'll take another short break with our sponsor and come back with some New South Wales Origin.
Palmy or Palmer, it doesn't matter where you're from. It's Palmy, by the way. The best schnitzels in town are just around the corner at Harry's, where they cook chicken the way nature intended, flattened, crumbed and golden. Nothing beats a good schnitzel. There are burgers, there's chips, there's all sorts of wonderful food there to be had. Grab yourself a Harry's loyalty card, get on down and enjoy some of the best chicken you'll ever have. It's really good schnit. Get on to Harry's at the Junction, Jesmond, Marketown, Thornton, Erina and Toronto. It is Sasquatch approved. It is Nighttime Podcast approved. Harry's Schnitzel's the best in town.
All right, guys, welcome back, and it's time for 10 in the bin. The crazy lady.
And it's for Jono tonight.
Travel guide special.
Should I be excited or worried? A bit of both.
Well, I have some weird random questions, so maybe a bit worried.
Oh, it's just a little bit of fun.
Yeah. All right, so the first one is, do you eat or drink soup?
You eat soup.
But you don't chew it.
Yeah, but you don't stick a straw in it and eat it.
Yeah, but you
I drink
do
it.
you eat an ice block or you suck an ice block?
You eat it.
That's right. But
Because you chew it.
not all the time.
But you can suck on an ice block too.
Okay, question 2.
Move on, question 2.
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Or we're including footy boots in that?
And your clogs.
Anything that goes on your feet.
You got some clogs, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep, I
You
remember
got stilettos?
Nah, I only borrowed them.
that. From
I
Corey.
would say 15.
15. Nice. 3. If you could be a fly on the wall, who would you want to listen in on?
Is this rugby league related or just anywhere in general?
Anyone in general.
I would love to be in one of like Dwayne The Rock Johnson's meetings and just because he's so influential, he's made so much money. Just what's his secret to like business and like how successful he can be?
That's a good one.
While you're talking about wrestling too, I must say, Canberra Raiders former player.
Oh, Daniel Vito.
Daniel Vito. And what's his wrestler name? Exicon or something?
Something to do with the Samoan.
Yeah, Samoa.
Yeah.
He's just been in a draft for WWE.
Oh,
So he's going to be at WWE.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I put on his Instagram thing today, it come up, and I said, prime example of if you want it bad enough, it can happen. And he liked it, so good on him. And former rugby league player going to be a millionaire when you look at it, really, through WWE. So good on him. Sorry, mate, but yeah.
No, that's a good point.
All right. 4. What song would you play if you were at a party?
Ooh, it depends what kind of party it is. Probably go-to one is Counting Stars by One Republic. That's
Oh,
good.
yeah?
It's a good tune.
What were you saying?
Nothing.
Linkin Park.
Yeah, now we're talking. No, I said if it was Corey's, it would be Raining Men.
Oh. What is the weirdest thing you have ever eaten?
Oh.
Ooh. There's a thing that's on Malaysia tonight called torpedo soup.
Torpedo soup.
I'll leave.
Spicy?
No, it's
You've
for
got to
your
watch.
imagination.
You've got to watch.
Okay.
We'll talk about it next week.
Week.
So that way
Okay.
you've got to watch the
Okay.
show.
All right. We can do.
Number 6. What celebrity would you most like to switch lives with?
Ooh.
Dwayne Johnson.
Nah, he seems like he works too much. It'd be a lot of work not on a party.
True.
Probably Tom Brady, the greatest NFL player of all time, because he's just finished playing. He's still got a good bod, and he's probably just out partying all the time.
And he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that goes back to Raining Men, because he's got a good body.
Number 7. If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
Oof. That's a good question. I don't know, just travel.
You do that all the time already?
Can't get enough.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Number 8. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Torpedo soup.
Probably spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, yeah, that is
Probably,
good.
if I could add, am I allowed to add cheese to that, or is it?
Yeah, you got to have cheese with it, for sure.
Grated cheese or parmesan?
Grated.
Parmesan smells like vomit.
Yes, I agree there.
Tastes good, but once you get past the stench.
I think it's a fine line. You can only have a tiny bit of parmesan.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? Speaking of food, I promised last year, but I will, one show, make my satay chicken for you. That is good.
Yes, I like satay, so yeah, looking forward to that.
Number 9, what is one thing you will never do again?
There is no chance. Well, I don't plan to do it ever again skydiving.
Don't blame you.
Once is enough for me. Never do it
I
again.
could imagine that.
I've never done it, and I don't plan on it. So wasn't good.
No, I hated it.
Yeah.
It's good to tick off people's bucket list. I recommend it to anyone. Mum's always wanted to do it, and when she was in her early 20s and 30s, never did it, and she got to do it. So,
where'd you do that at?
Noosa.
Oh, righto.
So,
Nice.
Nice. Number 10, do you collect anything?
Passport stamps.
True.
Yeah, passport stamps and visas.
I've got 2 bonus questions.
Yes.
Everybody gets bonus questions. If you had to get a tattoo today, what would you get? Say as ink.
I don't know. I'm never thought of getting a tattoo in my life, so.
You're a clean skin.
Ooh, speaking of tattoos,
nighttime podcast
I'll
one.
get it for you then.
Speaking of tattoos, we're going to have a special guest on next week to do with tattoos.
Little Johnny.
Little Johnny Sayer. And he'll have some special information on some giveaways coming up.
And last one, how do you hang toilet paper? Over or under?
It's over. No question.
Yes, absolutely.
Scrunch and fold.
Scrunch.
Do you want more details? Just say no.
Flush?
I was going to say.
Or pull them up first.
You're a weirdo.
I was just going to say, who gives a shit as long as you wipe your ass properly.
Well, this is true. Anyway, that's 10 in the bin from Jono. That's good, mate. But we're going to talk some Origin. Seeing there's no Knights team list this week, we thought we might do some Origin. This week we're going to do the Blues. Maybe next week we might have a look at the Maroons. Yeah. But we'll start off with the crazy lady. Do you want to do yours first? Or Jono? We'll go down the line. Jono, yours first, mate.
Well, this one's changed, and I completely forgot someone got injured, so please forgive one of my players. One, I had Tedesco. On the wings, I had Brian Toto and Josh Adokar. Obviously, Adokar's injured, so I don't think he'll be ready for Origin. In the centres, I've got Latrell Mitchell and Matt Burton, but I'm going to scratch probably Burton, probably have Campbell Graham in there for Souths. I think he's deserving of a spot.
A lot of people say Campbell Graham, but I don't know. Mate, I don't know if he's Origin, but time will tell.
So we'll give him a crack and see how it goes. It's only game 1. In the halves, I've got Nico Hines and Nathan Cleary. You can't really not have Nico Hines, even if he's in 14 or something, he's got to be in part of this squad. He's just been on fire.
Yeah.
Front row, I've got Tony Rudolph and Payne Haas with Damien Cook as hooker. The back row, I've got Cameron Murray, Jake Trbojevic and Isaiah Yeo. I think Trbojevic is injured. Is he out for a while? Or
2 weeks.
Both of them are injured. Apparently.
And the bench, I've got Jerome Luai, Daniel Saifidi, Josh King and Liam Martin.
Josh King.
I think
that's a that's a smoky. And he's been playing well. Don't get me wrong, but that's
a good. Yeah, there's a few that you could put in. There's a few that we'll probably leave out too.
Exactly.
But I'm a big believer on it should be picked on form, not should be picked on. You did it last year. You can have another shot. Should be form. So if your form warrants you a spot, you should get it. If you're not, well, and I'm also another thing, but I'll get into my part in a minute about that. But just because you're the captain last year and you're the current captain doesn't mean you should get automatic selection, in my view. Kylie.
Well, Cooper Cronk believes incumbent Jerome Luai should get first crack at the number 6 jersey. I disagree.
I disagree as well.
Okay, so I've got Tedesco, To'o, Mitchell, he's got to be there, Tom Trebojevic, Suwali, or however you say it, Hines, Cleary, Haas, Cook, RCG. I don't know if he'll be out.
He's gone for 10 weeks,
You made that bet before.
Chuck in James Fisher-Harris then.
Yeah.
Oh, well, but he's New Zealand, but...
Yeah, well.
Of course.
Yeah.
We should have a special across-the-ditch player for one game.
Sorry.
It's all right. Murray, Frizzell, Yo, Burton, Saifiti, Martin, and Jake Trebojevic.
Pretty solid side there as well.
Yeah.
Who would you have instead of RCG then?
Personally, I put Daniel Saifiti in there. I know he's been in a beaten side in the last few weeks, but I think he still sort of stood up a bit. I just wish that his brother had a bit more under his belt, because I thought his brother played exceptional in Origin last year.
He did, yeah.
To have them both in there, you reckon?
Nah, probably not, unfortunately. Yeah. Only because he's been out, suspended. I mean, there's a couple more weeks, possibly, but I don't mind both you sides that you've had there. There's some good points. But this is where I'm starting, where I say about I don't believe that just because you're the captain, you automatically get the captain and your fullback position, because mine goes to Edwards, fullback. I believe he's one of the form fullbacks and he deserves his spot. So mine's 1 is Edwards, 2 Trebojevic, Tom, which I actually put Jake, but it should be Tom. My apologies. Latrell Mitchell, Tedesco, Tu'ul, Nico Hines and Cleary are my half and 5'8". I think they'll form a exceptional halves combination. And that could just in itself be enough for New South Wales to win the game behind a decent forward pack. So my forward pack is Payne Haas. I'd like to have put Appy Coruscant, but I just think maybe being in the Tigers, that might stop him from getting picked.
You got a good point. After last weekend's game, I think he'd,
I've put Cook, but I'd like to have seen Appy back there. I'm a big Appy Coruscant fan.
Same.
So, I mean, I've got Cook there, but I'd love to see Coruscant there. My front row is Daniel Saifiti. Like I said, I believe he still played solid this year. Not set the house on fire, but I think he's solid. And with RCG out, I think he's probably the next one in line. Tyson Frizzell picks himself.
Yes.
Cameron Murray, and another one that picks himself is Isaiah Yeo.
Yeah.
My bench is Jerome Luai. Can provide that spark at, say, 15, 20 minutes in, come in and, terrorise the Tide defence. So that's where I think Luai will come good off the bench. Jake Trebojevic, and a lot of people probably sitting there thinking, especially Gary, thinking, what about Junior Paulo? I've put Junior Paulo on the bench because I think he can provide, when you're going to give someone like Haas a rest, you want another forward that's going to do the same kind of damage. So this is where I think Paulo coming off the bench will provide that as well. So Junior Paulo there, and Josh King as my smoky as well. Yeah, because I mean, form warrants it. He should be picked. But that's what if I was Brad Fittler, that's who I'd be picking. I know a lot of people go, Tedesco in the centres? Well, he's going to be picked. So I just think...
Has he ever played there before?
Well, why couldn't he? If they've thrown, what's that fairy that plays for Parramatta at the back? What's his name? Gufferson. They put Gufferson in the centres there.
Oh,
Was it last year or the year before?
And they've used Jack Whiten as the centres as
That's
well.
right.
I don't know if he grew up like playing centre or he done all.
Why couldn't Teddy play in the centre?
Because he's not a big body, in my opinion.
Yeah, true, but he was the fairy that plays for Parramatta. So,
Well, Laurie Daly reckons Gutherson should get a call up.
well, there you go. I mean, 100%, I agree. Like, he's a good player, Gufferson, and he probably will get on there, but I'm just trying to find a way to get Tedesco in there because I just want to see Edwards play fullback because I feel he deserves it. Like, he was the Daily what was he, the player of the year last year, and this year his form's been exceptional, and I think Tedesco's form hasn't been as good. But because he's the incumbent captain and fullback, he's going to get the job. And I believe it's not fair.
I would prefer them not to have many Penrith players. Please and thank you.
Well, we haven't got many nights, so that's a start.
Now, unfortunately, as I said, and I'll allude to my side here. Unfortunately, Edwards is probably going to be in that same era now. That's probably not going to get much of a crack. And I'm only just speaking from
100%. I think you're right.
From a Freddie perspective here, personally, I would love to see Edwards in the team, and this is where I've chucked him, in the 17. So, but
You've just probably gone. You may not have, but does Edwards go to a 14?
well, he could because I'm going to read out what I'm going to say. With one of them potentially might be. I don't know if he'll be available in time. So, I had 14, which is Liam Martin. So I don't know whether he'll be available for the first Origin.
Probably not.
Yeah, he's not looking good.
No.
Says indefinite.
But also too, and I'll go through my side now if you don't mind. So I've gone one Teddy, the wings are Toto and Campbell Graham. Centres speaks of itself, Latrell and Tom Trbojevic. I've gone Jerome Luai only because of the connection of and you need this in Origin, and it's this with Cleary. I've gone Cam Murray, Tyson Frizzell, and Hamali Alakawatu. I thought he's been outstanding for Manly this season. Front row, Junior Paulo and Jake Trbojevic. And then Cookie I've gone for hooker. And then 14 is Martin. 15 is Isaiah Yeo, Safiti and Dylan Edwards. Special mentions to Keone Kalamatungi. And unfortunately, again, it's another one of those things is Nico Hines. I think he'll be probably in the mix. But I don't know whether he'll make the first run on side. But there's one person here that I've left out when I wrote this that I'm pretty cranky with because I've forgotten about it, which is Payne Haas.
I was just about to say, did you leave him out of your squad?
Well, I didn't do it deliberately. When Dean asked us to put our side in, when I did the side, I thought, this is it. And I thought, oh, Christ, I've just forgotten Payne Haas here. So, there's a lot of good players that are going well at the moment and injury-free. So the last
Interesting. My hard one was trying to fix. Sorry?
David Clemmer.
Oh, stop it. I'd love to see Clem get another shot. But, no, I was trying to fit Cameron Murray. I know he's going to be in there. But I had a couple I could have put it in his spot. But and then I thought, well, lock. And I thought, no way he can go to lock with Isaiah Yeo.
Yeah.
Like Yeo's just... He gives you that extra... sort of like a ball playing forward, and his work rate in itself.
Well, this is where you probably said you might have Yeo at 13, and you might have Murray at 12, and you might have one of these blokes, Rizal or Olakawatu, on the bench. I'm just saying.
Olakawatu, yeah, I didn't even think about him. But
hypothetically, so
he wouldn't. Is he eligible for New South Wales?
Yes, he is.
Well, he wouldn't be out of place.
No.
So yeah, I agree with that. Oh, time will tell, but some pretty good sides. Maybe we might have a crack at Queensland next week and see what we come up with and see where you put Tyson Gamble. Anyway, time for a bit of humour this week.
There was the humour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cracked myself up.
Short one to start with. What do you call the piece of crumbed chicken that was involved in a drive-by shooting? Snitty, snitty, bang, bang. Get out more.
Shout out to those guys at Harry Schnitzel.
Harry Schnitzel. Oh, stop it. Shut up and take my money.
A man is in bed with his wife when there is a rat-a-tat-tat on the door. He rolls over and looks at his clock. and it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm not getting out of bed at this time of night, he thinks, and rolls over. Then a louder knock follows. Aren't you going to answer that? Says his wife. So he drags himself out of bed and goes downstairs. He opens the door, and there is a man standing there. It didn't take the homeowner long to realise the man was drunk. Hi there, slows the stranger. Can you give me a push? No, get lost. It's 3:30. I was in bed, says the man, and slams the door. He goes back up to bed and tells his wife what happened, and she says, Dave, that wasn't very nice of you. Remember that night we broke down in the pouring rain on the way to pick the kids up from the babysitter, and you had to knock on that man's house to get us started again? What would have happened if he'd told us to get lost? But the guy was drunk, says the husband. It doesn't matter, says the wife. He needs our help, and it would be the Christian thing to help him out. So the husband gets out of bed, gets dressed, and goes downstairs. He opens the door, and not being able to see a stranger anywhere, shouts, Hey, do you still want to push? He hears a voice cry out, Yes, please. So, still being unable to see the stranger, he shouts, Where are you? And the stranger replies, I'm over here, on your swing. That was a long joke.
I like it.
That's
not what I was expecting. So that's good. Yeah, no, that's good. I like that one. Is that it?
Yeah, that took all my energy. That was a
I
that was a
and
long.
I could have got some of, my classic dad jokes out. Like how to side a farm girl and things like that. John, you got any dad jokes?
No, I've got nothing at the moment.
Got nothing. Is that you?
Yeah.
I was expecting 3. All right, thanks again for this week. And Panthers, who they got at Magic Round this week?
The Warriors.
Warriors. Ooh. They'll bounce back this week.
Well, we've got our we've got Spencer Leniu and Fisher Harris back.
That does it for me.
Yeah. So
2 of the best. Well, I'll say props. Spencer can play second row too, but 2 of the form forwards of the game, really. Yeah, I was huge loss to Penrith Spencer next year. Like I said, Viliame Kikau was a big loss to him. Not as big as Spencer.
And another one that's probably going to say too, what you've forgotten, Stephen Crichton. He's been playing awesome.
Yeah. But
and another one that probably wouldn't fit out of place in the Origin lineup.
Are you trying to make me cry?
You love a Spencer Luna coming off the bench because, your fish goes off and your calibre of player doesn't go down. It stays at that level, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting one, I think. So once again, thanks again for everything, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
All right, guys, we'll take another short break.
I gotta be honest, one of my favourite things in this life is to sit down with some amazing meat and just stuff my face full of it, and the best meat that you will come across, honestly, is found at Steak and Chops Butchery at Tanilba Bay. Jump on their Facebook page and check out some of the prices and some of the specials. The quality is outstanding, the prices are excellent, you really can't go wrong. Steak, chops, sausages, mince, lamb loins, what more could you want? Get on down to Steak and Chops. That's 69 Beatty Boulevard in Tanilba Bay. Tell them the Sasquatch sent you.
All right, guys, welcome back. And thanks to our great sponsors at Grand Matriarch. They've sent us up some new flavoured vodka. So we're just going to have a little taste test here now. But we're also going to have a couple of bottles to give away over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. We've got some good giveaways coming up. Speaking of giveaways, Corey, we had one on the weekend.
Yeah, so I think the gentleman, the random Souths guy, was it Jamie, was that his name?
Yeah, there's it for the picture, was it?
Yeah.
Yep, so he's going to go on the Chocolate World.
That's right. Yep.
Jamie Evans, but in saying that too, I'm not totally, I wouldn't say happy because I think he deserves it, but what I'm saying is I think I'm going to give another one away.
Okay.
Because it's... because I can.
Yes.
And I'm gonna. So the one I had, I thought was absolutely pretty cool shot. So we're gonna have 2 on the fridge. So there's 2 giveaway. Goes to Joshua Nathan with his little picture of him, a little fella with Lockie Miller. I thought it was pretty good. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, 2 no one got the score, picked the score, or anything like that. So I'm giving 2 away for. That's what happens when you get on our bus trips.
Yeah.
You get some good stuff. Like everyone went home with some prizes.
Yeah, the trivia was quite good.
Every single person went home with at least one prize.
Yep.
And then these 2 people getting on the chocolate wheel. So congratulations to Joshua Nathan and Jamie Edmonds, the random South guy. He was pretty funny, eh?
He was, yeah.
So yeah, good on him. So yeah, speaking back to giveaways, we might have a quick taste test of these vodkas. Floor by Gary.
I'll be in that.
It's got the worm or something in it. It's got something in it.
That's something now.
So this one is, I believe, a vanilla.
Straight out of Parramatta River.
That's why it's got the worm in it, is it?
Yeah.
So everyone's driving, so Smith will have their shares. But that, I believe, is a vanilla. Is that correct? That was the chair. Smell?
That's nice.
Oh.
Very, very nice.
Mm.
Is that how you do it?
Oh, yeah, that's good. I like that.
You've missed out.
You might be walking back home tonight, Gaz.
What?
That was a vanilla. Next one is a passion fruit. So tell you what, they're pretty strong there. They're 40%. So. Yeah, no, this is a vanilla. That was a vanilla, and this was a passion fruit. I said, wasn't it?
Yes.
Very fruity.
He likes it fruity. That's really good.
Any better than the 2?
Yeah, I thought that was the better one of the 2.
Yep.
Well, they're both nice, but obviously we're having them straight too.
Yeah.
But mix them with Red Bull or
Bit of lemonade, maybe.
Coke and raspberry, VCR.
Yeah, so
I'll be definitely in it with the Red Bulls.
Yeah, drink responsibly. Just have a full bottle. Don't spill it. Nah, but don't drink and drive or anything like that. So, but this is our last one, and it must be really good because I can't open it. Oh, tell me what that smells like.
It smells like pineapple juice.
Yeah, pineapple juice.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So they're quite nice, eh? Like Grand Matriarch, I believe. You're better off buying it through their website, but you can buy it from Dan Murphy's. But oh no, that's good.
It's
that's
always
really good.
It's always better to buy it through the website, through the supplier.
Yeah, because also I think they've got a loyalty thing too, where you buy so many, get one free. So that's really good.
It's the pineapple you pick.
Yeah, I think so. I liked them all. It depends what I'm having it with too. But yeah, the pineapple is really good. What do you think, Gaz?
Quite nice.
Anyway, so we're going to be giving away a few bottles of that in the next couple of weeks, thanks to Grand Matriarch. So jump on board and stay tuned for some more details. But also get on and grab some, and you won't be disappointed. That's probably I'm not just saying it because they're a sponsor, but that's probably one of the best vodkas I've ever had. Like that is mint. Anyway, moving on before I get too drunk. And where were we up to, guys? Speaking with giveaways, we got with the fridge. The fridge there.
From Bar Fridges Australia.
Yeah, so it's the same as that one, but in any NRL team you want for the winner. So Minion's having trouble opening it, but no, that's
doesn't come full, but you can fill it up.
Yeah, that's right. It's
a perfect man accessory for your man cave.
100%. But I mean, that's part of our studio now, and yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's absolutely awesome thing. $1,500 fridge. So yeah. Corey, who's the game this week?
Well, I'm going to go and pick Cronulla versus the Dolphins this week.
Ooh, Cronulla and Dolphins. My game of the week, to be honest, I think is going to... This is just my opinion. I think it's going to be Penrith Warriors.
I was looking at that game too, but another cracker of game would be Melbourne South.
Yeah, that's one too. The only reason I'm saying Warriors Penrith is because Andrew Webster will be out to get them to win against his former team.
Yes.
I reckon there's a few good games too. More importantly, will the Tigers go streaking against the Dragons?
Yes.
I had a shocker with tips last week, so I'm not not going.
We'll get into that in a minute, but there's no team list this week for the Knights. But should we go through the just a quick one of some of the other teams?
Yeah, why not?
I won't go through them all, but there's Canberra Raiders. We'll go through them as we do this. We'll do this week's games and we can have a quick look through them. So this week's games starting off.
The Sharks 44, the Cowboys 6.
Oh, yeah, this week's just gone. Yep, sweet.
Sweet.
So, around the grounds, guys. Yep, sorry, Jono. You were once. I was behind you. Off you go, buddy.
So, around the grounds, first game off the rank, Cowboys 6, and were lost to the Sharks 44. This was a bit of a surprise for me, this game.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with the Cowboys.
Well, it was a bit of a guide on how the Knights went the following night, doesn't it? In terms of the way both teams played after the way they played each other the week before.
It was disgusting. The Cowboys, there's something all right there. From last year, potential grand
finalist. I don't know what's happened. I would have expected more from Todd Payton team.
True. Next one we'll skip.
Yeah, skip. Eels 43, Knights 12.
Disgusting.
This one came as a surprise to me.
Me too.
South's 32 of the Broncos 6. I thought the Broncos would have had more points in them. But they were without Payne Haas and
Ezra Mann.
But still, I still thought the Broncos would have put up more of a fight, but they'll bounce back this week, especially being up at Suncorp, home ground, packed stadium.
Well, even though it is a home ground for them, it's actually an away game for them this weekend.
Anyone going to Magic Round this year?
Not with the Knights, I'm playing.
No.
I hope hopefully next year. Well, hang on, getting into that. Excuse me, vodka. How it was come about was not actual numbers. It was a survey done in Sydney about the game, why the Knights are not playing this week. A survey done in Sydney. So a survey done in Sydney about, going to the game or whatever, and the Knights had the lowest percentage of people saying, they'd go to watch that. So how does that work out?
That's horseshit, sorry.
Yes. I don't know how true that is, but that's
I thought it'd be more of the Storm because Victorian-based AFL country.
Roosters. They only get about 2,000, Oh, but then Nick Politis gives them more than free tickets now. Yeah, but I find it absolutely ludicrous. To be honest, I would even look at, no disrespect to the Warriors, but give them a break from travelling and all that. But anyway, it is what it is. That's what we got, but we'll be in next year.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we will be. Surely they can't do that. Anyway, this one was a cracker of a game. The Raiders 31 over the Dolphins 13.
Another comeback from the Dolphins again to no avail this time.
But once again, in controversy, shouldn't have won the game. The tackles leading up to the field goal, they knocked it on. And then Arrows come out and said, we got it wrong. Well, too little, too late. That was winning to get a spot in the grand final. Is that too little, too late? Anyway.
Well, hopefully there's better refereeing, but at least they've come out and said they made the mistake.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. This
came as an upset to me. The Titans 26 over Manly 10. Titans scored the same amount of points as last week. But didn't blow the lead this time.
No.
Yeah, true. Titans disappointing. But this week they come through. Manly, I thought, should have played a little bit better than what they did. But yeah, Daly Cherry Evans proves to me he's not worth the $1 million and shouldn't be. I know he will, but I don't think he should be captain and the halfback of the Maroons. Personal opinion, but yes. Next
game, probably the upset of the year. The Tigers 12 over the Panthers 8.
The Panthers had quite a few out too, so people got to take that into account. It was flogging down rain, so it's a whole new game of football.
I think that's why the Tigers were able to pull up the offset because it sort of became like a level field because it was that Oh, shout out to all. I know the Knights fans for turning up to Parramatta and watching. Shout out to all those fans at Bathurst.
In the rain.
Absolutely pouring down rain.
And Zay put his hand up and said how much,
And-
to both fans too. He didn't just say Panthers, so good on him. But Nathan Cleary holds that ball, they go over that try line, they win the game.
Yeah.
So, people are beating themselves up. Panthers fans saying, oh, we lost the Tigers. Well, you sort of threw it away. So I wouldn't. And the Tigers played some really good football. David Clemmer over 200 run meters, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Appy Coruscant, probably one of the better games he's played before. Luke Brooks, sensational. So, yeah, they would have probably beaten anyone.
Penrith haven't struggled this year so far in the rain. When there've been some games where it's been flogging.
Well,
down.
they're realistically they're dry boy for football because they put their razzle dazzle on and it's a bit harder in the wet. So if you're going to play Penrith, you really want to play them in torrential rain
And
conditions.
that's their heaviest defeat all season by 4 points.
By 4 points.
Oh, wow. So that's saying something.
Anyway, moving on.
This one came as a bit of a surprise.
Boring.
The Roosters 14, the Warriors zip. The first
It was-
team to be held scoreless this season.
But
Which is a
at
surprise.
the start, in the first half, was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dallin Lesniak, however you say it, massive hit on Tedesco on that. And I thought, here we go, they're right to play. But, 14-0, but
That's Lesniak has got to have the best hair in the NRL going around at the moment.
he looks like... What's his name?
Is it out of an Eddie Murphy movie?
Yeah.
Coming to America?
It might have been. And also that singer that's got the daughter that's going out with Benji Madden. Adopted daughter.
No, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Hello. He sings that song.
Oh, Lionel Richie.
That's him.
Yeah.
Oh, Lionel Richie. Yeah.
He does, doesn't he? As if it's not Lionel Richie. You think?
No, I think
Yeah, I'm right. Anyway, next.
And final game of the round, the Bulldogs 18 over the Dragons 16.
The Dragons threw it away. I feel they threw it away. They had ample opportunity to win it, and
that's the story of their season so far.
Anyway.
They've had 4 games.
No, the best part of this game was definitely the
finish.
No, the fight between the ref and the grub.
Yeah, but he's called him out, made a big thing out. Send him off.
I just love.
I don't know what he said.
I just love how
he just said bullshit. That's what he said.
I just love how, like, as soon as the second half kicked off, Josh Reynolds was like best friends with the refs, having a good.
Because he was made to apologise at half time.
Oh, you
but
shouldn't
if
have
he's just
to.
said bullshit.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to make to apologise for that, but that's just me.
Well, the ref said actually the captain. I can't remember who's the captain of the Dogs. Oh, might have
Mahoney.
been Mahoney. He said sorry to the ref and goes, "Don't say sorry to me. Get him to say sorry."
Anyway, all right, guys. I'm going to take a few words from our sponsor.
Major show sponsor, the Burden Automotive Group in Maitland and Port Stephens, comprising of Maitland Toyota, Port Stephens Toyota, Hunter GWM, Cardiff GWM, Port Stephens GWM, and also Hunter 4x4 accessories in Maitland and, yes, in Cardiff. The Burden Automotive Group have been proudly supporting the community for 60 years. They've been supporting this show. Please go support the sponsors that support us.
All right, guys, welcome back. And it's that time of night again. It's time for Talking Schmidt. And caller number 1, who we got?
You got Darren there, Smitter. How you going?
Oh, not too bad, champion. Considering we had a bad loss. But, that's last week. We're moving on. Mate, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good. I've got a pretty well far left sort of weird question for you. It's probably a little bit, legality type thing with the club. As far as the NRL goes, does any NRL club have to actually have a coach, a designated coach? Could it be, say, for instance, a captain coach, player running on the field?
No. It will never happen
Does that
because
sound weird?
it won't happen because of the professionalism and the full-time role and full-time job as a coach. So, I mean, they have enough coaches have enough issues with getting the roasting, let alone be a player coach. So, I get what you're saying. There has been in the what do they call it now? What's the Newcastle Rugby League Cup, whatever they call it? Tooheys Cup, is it?
Tooheys Cup, yeah.
The Tooheys Cup. There has been, captain coaches in there like Steve Linnane, captain coach Curry at one stage, things like that. But yeah, in the NRL and professional league, I don't think it would ever happen.
No.
I don't think it'd happen. The only reason I ask is because once media and social media get hold of, say, if there's any rift between coach and players, it just seems like the wheels just instantly fall off. You know what I mean? And up here in the Hunter, it seems to be an ongoing issue. Like, I remember a time, I don't know if it was true or not, when Wayne Bennett was coaching the Knights. Now, one of Willie Mason's signature plays was he used to like and was pretty good at offloading the ball. And Wayne Bennett, the rumour I heard, told him, I don't want you offloading the ball because it's too risky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Only he would know, going back to that. But, yeah. No player coach would happen, mate, in the professional league. To his cup, possibly, but yeah, that's about it, mate.
No fuss, no drama. I had the Knights enjoy their bye, and we got really, really good players, good guys, and I'm pretty sure we'll come back.
Yeah, we will, mate, and the fans will get right behind them again. So bring on the Titans, eh?
Yeah, bring on the Titans. They're a pretty tough team this year too.
Yeah, most definitely, mate. They sure will give us a run for our money. But thanks for calling in, mate, and enjoy the rest of the show, and we appreciate your call.
Will do. Good on you, mate.
No worries, champion. Bye. Thanks again.
Good night.
See you guys. Bye.
All right, guys, it's caller number 2. Who we got there?
Oh, it's Michael from Melbourne, and yes, that's me.
How you going, buddy?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Mate, not too bad considering last week's score, but we're moving on from that. But what
That's
question
right.
you got for us, champion?
Well, I'm actually looking at the judiciary issues around, the way the refs sort of make some calls, and they're inconsistent, and they have been over the last few weeks. So my question was around, whether the bunker maybe can start calling in where there's some video that they can see that the refs can't see, especially in the games, like the ones from last week, for example, where the Dolphins, for example, they lost that game based on a knock-on, really. So
100%.
that was my question, So I was just wondering around whether that's something that they should look at in future.
100% agree with you, mate. Couldn't agree with you more. You've got the technology there. Why are we not using it?
Oh, absolutely. And the NFL do it, so why can't we? That's it.
Especially forward passes. That's one thing that needs to change.
That's right. But also, like you're alluding to the knock-on with the Canberra Raiders.
Yeah.
Everyone else seen it on TV. Why can't they?
No, exactly. So why can't they pull it back?
That's right. And
so it's just silly.
Dom
really.
Young's hair pulling incident. We've
that's right. Yep. That's inconsistent.
I just think
sorry.
we've got the technology. We're not using it to our advantage. Jono?
Right.
I agree with it. We're using all this technology, especially with all these head knocks, and now they should be able to pull up a play midway and go, or review a play quickly and go, knock on, or was a knock on, get the ball back.
And, to lose a game, that costs the Dolphins a game.
Absolutely. And the last few seconds.
That's right. So, mate, I couldn't agree more. I think that's probably the question of the night that you've brought up there, and I think it's absolute pearl of a question. And why they're not using it is beyond me. And this is one that, like our new segment, What's Got Up My Gate, and that's another thing, because we've got the technology. Why are we not using it? And games to be decided by stupid mistakes that are not getting picked up. But saying that too, we've got two would you say, flag bearers because they're not doing anything else with their flags on the sideline, and they're not picking up little things like that thing with Dom Young was right in front of a touch judge.
Yeah, exactly. And look what happened the week before with, a few weeks back with Lee, Luau, whatever his name is, So
That's right.
They paid that penalty and we didn't get it. So how's that work too? So,
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have helped us, but still.
No, I know.
Credits where you need to get it. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. But
agreed.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Mate, where'd you say you're from?
Melbourne, actually.
Melbourne. Nice.
Yeah.
Joshy
I'm a
King's
long-
having a good year down Melbourne.
Yes, well, I'm a nice supporter all the time, so that's irrelevant.
And Nick Meaney's going pretty well too.
Yeah, former
They
Knights
are,
players.
aren't
Yeah.
See, we feed it. We grow them, we feed them out. So, but it's good. It shows that we do have recognition of good talent.
100%.
And we just don't. I don't know. They just move on for whatever reason as well. Sometimes I think, whether it's money or whatever else. So.
I do appreciate your call all the way down there from Melbourne, mate, and flying the flag for us down there of the Knights down at Melbourne. So stay in contact, mate. We'll get you on again, and enjoy the rest of the show, mate. But the pillar of a question, I hope we answered it for you.
Oh, wonderful! No, thanks for that, Spit. Appreciate it.
Too easy,
good.
buddy.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, champion.
Good night.
Good to
See
see. Good to see. We've got some people, even just our show, viewers down there in Melbourne. So, good on you. I'd like to hear us, down there with a few more people. All right, guys, and caller number 3. Who we got there?
Matt.
Matt, mate. How you going, champion?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Mate, not too bad considering the weekend. Once again, we're still drowning our sorrows for jumping into a bit of Grand Matriarch vodka, but... yeah, we'll move on, mate. But what's your question for us, champion?
Mate, what do you think about is Ponga gets another head knock? What's his season going to be over? Is his career going to be over? What's your thoughts?
I think it's close to being career over, to be honest, if he gets another head knock. That's just me, but...
Depends on the severity of the next head knock.
Oh, but head knock's a head knock, Bart, so...
I'm Andre Ponga, Kalen's dad. He gets another head knock. Son, give it away. That's from a father.
That's what I'm thinking.
From Kalen Ponga's point of view, let's assess it. But from his father, give it away. Because end of the day, you're only a rugby league player for so long.
And then he's probably not thinking, he's thinking short term. He's not thinking about the long term life after footy and how much it will affect
But
you.
unfortunately, we've got to look at the likes of Spud, can't we? What's it? Carl, what's his name? Carl Webb. Those kind of guys, because he's really 6'2", isn't he?
He's got motor neurons.
Motor
so it's a bit
neurons.
different.
Yeah, but there's
Roy Cordner.
Yeah, all those guys. Royce Simmons,
Mario Fennick,
Spud Carroll, all those are sick. So we've got to look at that. And I honestly think if he gets another hard one, it's game over.
As much as we don't want to see that happen,
100%.
you got to do it's the best interest of the young man. So,
and he's in a good position to. If that does happen, he's going to be looked after. Well, one by he'll be medically retired, so he'll get paid out his contract. But he's got a lot of business things up his sleeve already, so he'll be looked after well there too.
Yeah.
So that's a bonus. But I mean, let's hope it doesn't happen for the poor bugger. It's hard to go out a career like that and have to retire like that, but. Yeah, only time will tell because teams are going to target him, especially if you go into
Considering
Origin.
his performance, he's a bit scared of it himself.
Yeah, well, I thought on the weekend he was a little bit
Hesitant.
Yeah, and I mean you can't blame him. I totally, I'd give him a get out of free jail card there because I mean it's got to be in the back of your mind. So I also think is it that much in the back of his mind that it's mentally an issue with him, mental health wise. If so, give him some more time off. Because one, it's not right on him, and two, it's not right on the team. So if it's not right with him, I've got no dramas with him putting his hand up and saying, look, I'm not right. And I respect the bloke, for doing that. But only he can tell. He might be all right. He just might need a week or two to adjust, but hopefully soon he's...
Weeks to grow confidence.
Yeah, that's right. So hopefully this week off's done him the world of good and backfiring against the Titans.
That's what we want.
Mate, did you go down to the game?
No, I didn't. No.
No, it was It was a good trip,
No, I
but
didn't.
yeah, unfortunately we didn't come away with the chocolates. But
No, we didn't.
anyway, mate, we appreciate your call and hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll talk to you again.
No, thank you very much.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Yep.
All right, it's caller number 4. Who we got?
Well, hello, boys. Long time no hear.
Oh.
I think that's... Is that Simon?
Hello, how are you?
I've got a question to ask you. Hang on, Simon. Every time you're on, Jono, Simon rings up. Is there a coincidence there?
I've got no idea. Maybe there is.
Hello, Simon. How you going, buddy?
That's good. Just put up the Big Johnson signal and I'll come running.
Is that like Batman, is it?
Yes, but obviously with a Big Johnson instead.
Oh, mate, what can we do for you, champion?
Well, it's been a while since I've spoken to you, and I'm so happy to hear that the Big Johnson is there. How are you, Big J?
I'm good. How are you, Simon? Or Mr. Simon?
I've won. My father's Mr. Simon. You can just call me Simon. Actually, he's Mr. Peter Holder. I'm Simon Peter. You've been away, Mr. Big Johnson.
Yes, had a couple of commitments here and there, but it's always good to be welcome back, with open arms.
Well, is there any better way than having big, warm hugs when you return?
Nothing more.
I'd welcome you with open arms.
No doubt you would.
What show are we on tonight?
Yeah, well, mate, what's your question for us this week?
Oh, look, I don't really have a question. I just wanted to say, I'm quite disappointed with the boys. As you know, I'm still learning, and it's been a while since I've spoken to you. And I thought, well, after that dreadful performance on the weekend, that I had to call up and vent my spleen, as it were, and I'm quite disgusted.
Yeah, do tell.
Well, those men couldn't hold anything, could they? They couldn't hold a tackle. They couldn't stick a tackle. Maybe they need me. I know how to grab hold of tackles and stick to them. So.
Yeah, well, maybe you could be their tackling coach.
Well, if there's anything I do know, it is tackle.
It'd be more like stacks on, wouldn't it?
I was quite disappointed, and of course I see all the talk on the chats and the rumours and the gossip and the innuendo, and I think this is quite disgusting, really. But to be honest, I don't think that helmeted hero Ponga is ready to come in full time. But I tell you what, how good is Tyson Gamble?
Oh, don't get me started.
Now you're music to Smitter's ears.
Yes,
mate, everyone loves a little gamble. That's what I say.
It looks like everybody's trying to jump on Tyson's bandwagon, and I know you've been there from the start, so he's been fantastic. But yes, I don't think that young Kalen is ready yet to take the responsibility of being the full-time halfback or fullback, whatever he wants to be. Really.
5'8". Yeah, no, I agree with you. There's something, and I feel sorry for the bloke, as we're just saying there. I think he needs a little bit more time to get his head right. I mean that mentally, like a mental health thing. Like, it's a huge thing, mental health. And I think Tyson could slide straight in. And I mean, I've been a huge fan of Tyson before he even put on a jersey, a nice jersey.
No, that wasn't a unconscious faux pas, then, was it? You talking about Tyson and sliding in?
Oh, stop it! Nah.
You're on fire tonight, Simon.
Quite fond of him.
Yeah, no.
Quite fond of him. I know.
Yeah, no, I think what he brings to the club, he gives you that mongrel factor that you need, but he also, he's not scared to have a crack at anything. I mean, he might make a mistake, but because he's having a go. And I mean, look at that field goal. Excuse me, but
I think you're trying to bait me. You're talking about mongrels and cracks. I mean, what are you doing?
Oh, I forgot I got to choose my words better.
Yes, no, I agree with you. He's a little pocket rocket dynamo person who just fires you up and gets the heart racing, and he leaves it all out in the field.
Yeah, I think he's probably I know people say the buy of the year and this and that and what Lockie Miller and Hastings have done, but I tell you what, without Gamble this year, we haven't won a few of them games that we've won. Oh, well, Penrith for a starter, we should have won. But without his try, without his influence, and without his field goal, we don't even get close.
I just don't know what happened on the weekend.
Yeah, let's just say it's
like they forgot how to football.
Yeah, it's like I suppose like you and Terence, you just have an off night, and I suppose they just had their off night.
Yes, well, Terence and I are frequently known to trade blows, but he's doing okay. He sends his love, of course, and also sends his regards to the Big Johnson.
I actually seen a photo of you and Terence, and if I didn't know correctly, I reckon that one of our crew members looks like Terence's love child. The Minion. Am I
Well,
correct?
I don't remember Terence ever coupling with a camel, but anything's possible, I guess.
Oh, the Minion. Yeah, anyway, mate, we appreciate your call. Hopefully we answered it for you.
Yes, I just look. I was really quite hurt by their performance. I thought it was quite disgraceful. But possibly not as hurt as the crazy lady was. How was she?
Oh, she was quite pissed on, or if I can say that, quite cranky on Saturday night. That's for sure.
Well, I imagine she was, but what a hell of a last half that was.
I'll tell you what, but talking to the crazy lady, she was fair giving it to the Eels supporters about choking in the grand final last year.
Well, it's always good you can have something to fall back on with those Eels fans, isn't that right, Gary?
I've got nothing to say.
He's got nothing except to us because he's got gluten with us.
You did mention the word choke too. You have to choose those words again.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Mate.
That's disgusting.
Sorry. We appreciate your call, mate. And, we love it. Hopefully you're loving what we're doing.
Of course. As I said, it's been a while since I've spoken to you. I've missed you, boys.
Yeah, no, it has been a while.
You meant to say we missed you too.
Yeah, we missed you too,
You're
champion.
gonna be like that.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, we missed you too.
I will just go hang out with Helmet then, and you can just go do whatever you want to if you're going to be like that.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was there. I was just seeing what else of the show we had to do. Sorry, I do apologise. Hopefully that answered your question for you.
This kitty's got claws. Okay, well, it's wonderful to speak to you, boys.
No worries, champion. Take care, and we'll talk to you again.
Certainly will. Mwah.
Say good day to Terence.
Oh, you know I will.
All right, guys, that's Talking Schmidt for this week, and we might take a short break and have a few words from our sponsor.
When you think of great food at a great price, the best cold beer in town, awesome live music, even a place that you can host your next event, there is only one place you think of, and that is the Gallipoli Club. Get on down to the Gallipoli Club, the Gal 3 to 5 Beaumont Street, Hamilton, to check out what's going on this week. Enjoy some great food, a cold beer, awesome live entertainment. You can never go wrong at the Gal, thegal.com.au.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And time for the tail end of the show. But this week's games, guys, our Magic Round.
Good old Magic Round.
Yeah.
First game in the Magic Round is the Bulldogs and the Raiders.
Ooh, good game, man. I'm going to take the Raiders here.
Oh, doggies for me.
I'm thinking the Raiders.
Raiders got to come good. I'm going to take the Raiders. First game, opening game. Minion.
I'm going to go the Dogs myself. I like how they played on the weekend. It might have been scrappy, but they got the win, so yeah, I'm going the Dogs for me.
Sweet.
Respect. Next game is Manly and the Broncos.
Broncos at home. Surely, God, they can't lose. Magic Round at home. And, yeah. They got all their players coming back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bronx.
Too strong.
Bronx for me. And Dravojevic is out for a few weeks. That's Jake. So, yeah.
And the long neck turkey's just not playing good football. Cherry Evans, though. Yeah, Minion.
Yeah, Broncos for me too. Like after their loss last week, I can't see them losing 2 in a row.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
going
Yeah.
to Broncos.
Good point. Jonah?
The Warriors and Penrith.
Penrith to bounce back. James Fish Harris is back. Spencer Leno's back. Penrith don't lose 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Penrith but
be a
I think
cracking
they'll win.
game.
I think Penrith will win quite comfortably, to be
think
honest.
so? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Penrith don't lose 2 in a row, and I think they'll be pretty dirty on themselves. Cleary will be dirty on himself on last week's game, so I reckon they'll win by about 20 odd.
Yeah, Panthers for me too. They got a couple of good forwards, probably the best forwards in the pack at the moment. Yeah, Penrith for me.
This one's a bit tricky for me, I reckon. The Cronulla Sharks and the Redcliffe Dolphins.
Sharks for me. I think the Sharks are starting to click into gear. But don't write the Dolphins off, especially being, well, you might as well say a home game for them because they play at a Scunthorpe a lot. So, yeah, it'll be a close one, but I reckon Sharks by a fin.
Yes. Well done. Sharks for me.
I reckon Sharks for me there. I just said they're clicking on all cylinders at the moment, so.
By a fin?
I'm going to go by a tail fin.
Tail fin.
Fins up then.
This might be the game of the round, but I'm going the Dolphins. Fins up.
Obviously someone's had a little bit too Grand Matriarch vodka.
There's nothing worse than a minion with a fin.
This one, I reckon this is the game of the round, I reckon. Melbourne Storm and South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Will be an interesting one, actually. This is going to be a hard one, but I'm going to take the Rabbits. Just.
Souths haven't beaten Melbourne in a long time, and I think they'll get them this time.
I'm taking the Storm, the Bolts. Be a close game, but. Minion?
Yeah, I'm going the Storm too. I think the Storm travelling to Brisbane, I think they're just going to be too strong.
And, what's his name? Big Nelson.
Yeah.
Re-signed. 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
It's a big contract.
I rate the bloke.
Big signing.
A lot of people don't, but he's one of the ones you'd love to have on your team.
Yeah.
You can't deny, like, big brother looking after everyone, dude.
Yeah,
he's a machine.
The next game is West Tigers and the St. George Illawarra Dragons. I'm going to start this one off. Tigers are going streaking. I'm tipping the Tigers.
Spoon bowl, this one.
I like a Tiger. Hands
the
back.
Tiger.
Oh, Mahatma coat. But, yeah, I can't see the Drag Queens beating them. I reckon the way David Clemmer, Avi Coruscant, Luke Brooks were playing last week, I think they might continue the run, and it's...
the Dragons are paying $1.70 on Sportsbet for this.
Are you going to put a bet on with this one? With
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
No, I'm not confident that they're going to win.
Minion?
Yeah, Tigers for me too. Sorry, Corey.
No, who'd you tip, Corey?
I'd love to see Dragons, but I think the Tigers will get them.
Next game is the Sydney Roosters and the North Queensland Cowboys. I don't see any of us tipping the Cowboys. Are we all taking the Chooks?
Yeah, I'd have to. I'm disappointed in the Cowboys. I had them at the start of the year to win the comp. Yeah, that's the...
I can't see the Cowboys producing any magic. So
Yeah, Roosters for me.
And final game of the round. This one could be a decent game, I reckon. The Gold Coast Titans and the Parramatta Eels.
I'm going to take the Titans in a close one.
This one's a coin flip for me, and I'm saying I'm going to have to go Titans as well.
I'm going to say Para just.
It's been a close one.
Yeah, I think Parramatta as well. After last week, I think they're just going to come out for a big fight.
Yeah, but they weren't that good. No, they were good, but they weren't that good. We were just bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally agree, but yeah, I'm going Parramatta.
Except for, I must give a rap to Parramatta player, Jermaine Hopgood.
Oh, he's a gun.
Coming from Penrith, I thought it might have took him a year or two to cement, really get into it. But mark my word, he's absolute buy, massive buy for him. So so that's Magic Round.
Purnell's Awards and Apparel is your one-stop shop for everything you might need for your business or your sporting club. Have a listen to this. There are corporate awards, cups, trophies, display cases, drinkware, giftware, medals, perpetuals, plaques and shields, and even apparel. There's so much there. It's great stuff. It's great quality at a great price. Head down to Purnell's in 2 locations, purnells.com.au or email winner@purnells.com.au.
Magic Round.
All right, guys, it's bold predictions time. We'll start off with the bold member of the crew, the Minion.
Oh, it's a tough one this week. I think I'm going to go the Dolphins going over the Sharks by 1-12 and fins up.
And
I'm just going for a straight out win, 1-12.
Corey.
It's too hard to pick here. Look, all right, just off the back of the head, it's not a bold prediction, but I think South will go 3 in a row. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a bold prediction. James Fisher-Harris will score a double.
And is that
the first half or second half?
One in each.
Is there no Gosling or anything involved?
If that happens, Mitchell will do a Gosling.
Okay.
I don't know how bold this is, but I'm going to go both Melbourne and the West Tigers both to win by double points.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll give you that with the Tigers. And I'm also going to throw another one in there as a double bold. Clement to get one.
Ooh, that is bold.
The 2 props this week.
What about Alex Twal?
Alex Twal, yeah. Poor bugger hasn't scored in about 120 games.
Oh, that's too bold.
But they're only playing the Dragons. He'll get a hat-trick.
Oh. Are you going to put a bet on that?
Well, I think I'm pretty safe. I don't think Alex Twal will get 3 tries.
Well, actually, it was probably us for the night. Good to have you back, Jono.
It's good to be back.
Minion, warming the bar too.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Crazy Lady again, and Adam over there in WA. They do a massive job behind the scenes. Bar boy Gary was behind the cameras tonight.
Yep.
So big shout out to Gaz, and all of our sponsors. A huge shout out to them. Can't do it.
Always a pleasure coming in every week, mate. Thank you.
No, it's a pleasure having you guys. But next week we have a bumper show again because next week we have little Johnny Sayer from Sayers Inc. A couple other nice little things up your sleeve, and he'll be in to talk about his tattoo giveaway this year. He's got some tattoo giveaways for the crew, the viewers out there.
MG might be on next week, possibly.
Yeah, quite possibly. MG might come in. We might give away some stuff next week. Hey,
yeah, let's do it.
Some Mother's Day.
Don't forget the guys to pick the score for the fridge, which was Cronulla and Dolphins, I believe. I think I took, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. What do you reckon? We're talking about giving away Mother's Day stuff. What if we don't give it away in Mother's Day? What if we get people to send in a photo of them with their mothers?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like that. And
Yeah.
I reckon does it have to be at the footy, or do you reckon if they just got a footy?
Oh, it can be anything because I know some people can't make it, or some people's mothers might be elderly.
Yeah.
If it is at the footy, it's going to get some good attention. But if it can't, it can't. I reckon Can
it involve your grandmother as well? Does it?
Anything. Grandmother, mother, or mothers.
Mother-in-law.
I reckon we'll probably have, a couple of bottles of wine to give away thanks to Hope Estate there. And, we might have some Grand Matriarch to give away soon. Just stay tuned next week. We've got a heap of giveaways. The 2 that got on the fridge, there might be another one.
Yep.
We've still got about, I don't know.
I think we've only got about 3 or 4 on the wheel.
Yeah, so we've still got about 20 or so to get on the wheel. So there's going to be a heap. Going to give away a heap. probably another 2 when we go to Penrith. So that's perks of being on the bus. But yeah, thanks to everyone that coming on to our first ever nighttime road trip, which is going to be a lot more. And a big shout out to Port Stephens coaches and the driver Luke. It was a cracker of a day. Everyone seemed to enjoy it from all the feedback, and yeah, it was a good fun time and on the bus. But this next trip is going to be a huge one. We have a 60-seater bus, I believe. Double-decker bus going down. So stay tuned for that. But what a cracker, 60 of us going down. That'll be good.
That'll be good fun.
So, yeah, jump on, get on board. But, yeah, thanks, guys, everyone, for coming in. Go the Knights and enjoy your holiday. But back again next week. And also, nearly forgot, our good mates at Extreme Indoor Go-Karting in Warners Bay, Luke and Min, good friends of ours, have extended a shout out to us that they're going to take us down there soon and shut the place.
Yeah, nice.
Just for us to do a big thing. They've got a new track, a 2-story track.
Ooh.
So check it out there at Warners Bay. Absolute.
Might have to get the cameras out for this one.
Oh, we will. We'll probably, hopefully, we'll have the GoPro on 1 or 2 of us as well too. But it'll be a cracker of a thing. It's get yourself out there. I tell you what, go down to first in Messiah, have a feed, and then head over to the go-karts and
or vice versa.
Yeah,
Be safer to do that.
But mate, 2-story bridges, a lot. Yeah. It's going to be insane, and we might have to get young Christopher Vasala on that along too, and get him and Minion dressed in Mario and the
Luigi.
Sounds good. So yeah, we'll be down there in coming weeks when we can get time to do it. But that's going to be a crack of a thing too. But stay tuned, guys. But yeah, be safe and
until next week. Every night
is a good night, and good night.
Oh, I broke it.
Oh, Minion.
He's drunk.
Oh my God, that is a dead ringer for you.
If he had baby with him.
Shut up!
I could probably put on it. It's a top bit, but yeah, no, I need one of them.